smooth and low, like a secret invitation. So smooth. Every tone whispers soft. Can you feel it? The undertow. Pull me closer, baby. You know where I wanna go. Ooh, feel it, baby, nice and slow. Ooh, yeah, I let your rhythm consume my soul. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, listen to my sweet surrender. Now that feels so soft and oh, so tender. Let your body sway, baby, my voice has you gliding. Feel it, whispers in your ear, feel the thrill as they're colliding. Steamy tone, sultry breeze, oh, it's got you mesmerized. Follow the sound, darling, I'll touch you where it tantalizes. Ooh, feel it, baby, nice and slow. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a crowd? Cool.
We have a crowd now?
We got a crowd now.
Sweet.
I've always wanted canned laughter in the background.
Isn't it awesome?
It
I guess-
is.
Yeah. That means we've made it. Holy
Exactly.
shit.
Where did we
We're
go?
something now.
We're in the big time.
Big times.
Well, hello, everybody.
Hello. Hello, everyone. All the chat.
Yeah.
Hello. Yes.
We're gonna have a little
Mhm.
night. We're gonna have a little fun tonight. We're gonna pick up where we left off. Ah, yes, glorious meat story.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
Somebody's going to have the meat sweats later.
It's going to be yum.
It was-
Yeah. I'm feeling all sweaty and dizzy right now.
This is the second most fun he has with his shirt.
Oh.
you're not supposed to wear a shirt when you're on this.
Oh.
Damn it!
Pants are prison.
Pants are
No shirt, no
And
pants.
shirts are optional.
Well, then I can't stand up and wave around. It looks like a helicopter. And
playing
Yeah.
shirts and skins.
Ew.
Diva, take your shirt off.
Yeah.
oh well, Kate did turn to Nick slowly. Said, "You invented a secret steak sex move and didn't share it with me." He said, "Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you want me? Okay. You invented a secret steak sex move and didn't share it with me.
it's not a sex move." He snapped. "It's a spice blend and a cooking technique." Justine winked and said,
Diva.
Isn't it always?
Nick rubbed his temples. "Okay, this has officially gotten out of hand." Kate picked up her wine, took a long sip, and said,
On the contrary, mister, I think it's just getting juicy.
Chapter 4, the 10 cut.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Kate said slowly, swirling the last of her wine.
But you expect me to believe there's a legendary steak technique so good it ended a relationship?
Justine shrugged, peeling off her damp trench coat and revealing a form-fitting dress that screamed, "I ruined lives and look great doing it."
Well, technically, it ended 3 relationships and started 2 affairs. It's that good.
Nick, standing with a spatula in his hand like it was a shield, looked between the two women with visible concern and maybe a tiny hint of arousal. Go ahead, Fallstorm.
Can we please not turn my apartment into a reality show?
Oh, sweetheart.
Justine purred, stepping into his space.
This isn't a reality show.
She turned to Kate with a mischievous grin.
But it could be a masterclass, if you're brave enough.
Kate took a slow, defiant step forward.
Oh, are you offering to teach me how to handle Nick's meat? Let's pick up that spatula and get started.
Needless to say, Nick dropped the spatula. Justine smirked.
Only if you can keep up, bookworm.
In the air of the kitchen thickened with heat, not just from the stove. Kate moved beside Justine, folding her arms, refusing to flinch.
Fine. Show me this tender cut. I'll be the judge of what's worth cocking or locking in a vault. Sorry, slip of the tongue.
I think I need to sit down.
He slid into a stool, wide-eyed as the two women circling the cutting board like jungle cats deciding who got first bite. Justine leaned over the butcher block, brushing against Kate just slightly.
It starts with the rub.
No, you bet it does.
Kate replied dryly through her lips, curled in amusement. Justine pulled a small glass vial from her purse because apparently she carried proprietary spice blends around like a Bond villain. Popped the cork. Smelling it instantly. Smoky paprika, dark brown sugar, hint of espresso and cayenne.
You smell that?
Liquid pudding pops. I'd know that smell anywhere.
Just a hint of Benadryl.
Their faces were inches apart. Kate inhaled deeply, their eyes locked.
Dangerous.
She murmured.
Like all good things.
Nick was very clearly forgetting how to breathe.
I love that asthmatic sound. Drives me wild.
My inhaler.
Justine reached for the steak Nick had left resting and slowly, deliberately began massaging the rub into the marbled surface. Her hands moved confidently, sensually, like she was teasing the meat with every stroke.
Look, it's getting
Kate's
better.
eyes- Kate's eyes followed her expression, shifting from skeptical to intrigued.
You want to try?
Justine asked, holding the spice mix between the two fingers and trailing them slowly across the fillet. Kate hesitated for half a second, then reached for the second steak.
Give me your fingers. Don't pull too hard, I'm kind of gassy.
Steve didn't flinch.
Oh, honey, ask nicely.
Kate raised an eyebrow, took the vial instead, and whispered,
Please.
Nick making a strangled noise somewhere behind her.
I was strangling something, all right. And I don't mean like David Carradine either.
Kate's hands mirrored Justine's now, learning by touch, mimicking the motion, fingers brushing as they worked in rhythm. For a moment, neither said anything. They just rubbed those steaks side by side like some kind of sultry, synchronized cooking performance that probably violated 3 fire codes and a community decency ordinance.
Yes.
Finally, Kate looked up, her voice low and breathy.
It's supposed to feel this intimate?
Only when you're doing it right.
Justine said. Nick, blinking rapidly, reached for his wine and discovered he'd emptied the glass 5 minutes ago. He said nothing. Couldn't say anything. His body had gone into standby mode. Kate turned her attention back to Justine, brushing a bit of spice off her shoulder, lingering just long enough to raise his chin.
Okay,
Kate said.
I'll admit it. This is kind of hot.
Justine leaned in close, voice a whisper between conspirators.
There's more where that came from.
Oh, goody. Because I think we just made this our recipe now.
Still very much in the room and increasingly overwhelmed, raised a shaky hand.
I'd like to file a formal request to be the taste tester, if that's an option. I like that voice better.
Yes, both women turned to him in sync. Kate smirked.
You cook the sides.
Justin licked her lower lip.
And we'll handle the main course.
Sizzle me timber.
Sizzle me timbers. Oh, I think Kate might have a transition here. Schooner.
Corner.
Nick wasn't sure when it happened. Somewhere between Kate licking her fingers after taste testing the rub, Justine adjusting her dress like she knew it was killing him. The thermostat in his apartment became purely decorative. The pan was hot. Steaks were hotter. But the tension, that was molten.
Strip.
Justine said casually, pulling her hair up into a loose bun. Nick blinked.
What the hell did you say?
Your skirt.
I ain't wearing no skirt. It's a kilt.
Almost helpfully as she untied her own cardigan and let it fall open to reveal a tank top that clung in very distracting ways.
You said you didn't want no oil splattered on your clothes.
Man, you gonna get more than oil splatter, let me tell you.
He swallowed.
Right. Safety first.
Tugged his shirt over his head, ignoring how his hands trembled slightly from nerves or excitement or something primal that came with being trapped between two women with dominant tendencies and a shared love of medium rare carnality.
Oh my goodness, I spilled some of the sauce on myself.
Justin gave him a slow once over.
Still working out, huh?
Kate glanced his way and offered a sly smile.
You don't look like someone who's lifting heavy loads. Whatever.
Maybe I didn't know you was a pirate.
When I get a little excited, you know.
Nick opened his mouth to respond, but made the tactical error of looking down and watching Justine slide her dress halfway down. She didn't remove it. Oh no, that would be too easy, too final. Instead, she let it rest open just enough to make the neckline precariously suggestive, and then returned to the stakes like she hadn't detonated his ability to reason. Kate turned towards him and held out a raw steak between fingers.
Do you trust me? Take a deep breath. It's going to pinch a little.
Nick nodded slowly.
Yeah. All right.
Good.
She set the meat sizzling cast iron with a commanding hiss.
Because tonight, you're the one getting seared, big boy.
The fuck?
Well, figuratively.
She added, rolling her eyes with a grin.
Relax. It only pinches a little. But don't dare flip that steak unless we tell you to.
Just circled around behind him, hands resting lightly on his shoulders, breath tickling his ear.
That's right, Nikki. You're not in charge tonight.
He stepped closer, joining the flanking maneuver, and ran a fingertip lightly down his chest.
You wanted to cook for someone, remember? This is our pincer collaborative movement.
Nick took a shaky breath as the scarlet rose in a warm spice world of perfume of lust and authority.
Kate, what we doing?
She smirked.
Why, exploring new flavor profiles.
She added.
With dominant notes of submission.
Oh,
Suddenly, Kate reached for those tongues.
Yeah, it's time for me to go.
Say that again. I was almost there. Say it again. Read it again.
The moaning sound that followed might have come from the pan or from Nick. He wasn't sure anymore.
Huh? Oh, now.
Kate said, turning back to him, her voice low and smoky.
How about you? How about you do something useful with that mouth, big boy?
Excuse me?
He meant it. She held up a ramekin of whipped garlic butter.
Taste this. Let me know if it needs more heat.
He took a spoonful, locked eyes with her, and murmured,
Oh, yeah, that got plenty of heat. Mm-hmm.
Justine leaned against the counter. One bare leg crossed over the other.
We should put it on everything.
Yeah, we should. All right.
Everything?
He echoed, stepping Nick's space, pressing just close enough for him to forget the name of the president.
Even the pumpernickel dessert?
Justine licked her lips,
Especially dessert.
hitting the cutting board with a final hiss, juices glistening across its perfect sear. Kate ran her knife through it with surgical precision and held out a piece on the blade.
Open wide.
Nick obeyed. That steak melted on his tongue, rich and buttery with just the right amount of spice. He groaned involuntarily.
Damn. Oh, yeah. That's the tender cut.
No. This is the tender cut.
Oh!
And then with a wicked smile, she leaned forward and kissed Justine on the mouth. No, it wasn't soft. It wasn't shy. It was a collision of lips, dominance and challenge, like two rivals deciding to share their favorite toy. Nick watched, entranced, and roused, entirely at their mercy. When they broke apart, Justine gave Kate a approving nod.
Not bad, bookworm.
Kate licked her lips.
You taste like steak. I'm gonna eat your face.
Nick finally
I'm
exhaled.
gonna treat you like a steak chalupa.
Nick finally exhaled.
You two, you'll try and kill me. Damn. I need some water up in this bitch.
Don't be so dramatic.
Justine purred, sliding a plate of sliced steak towards him.
We're just tenderizing.
You might call 911. Shit.
The aftertaste. I'm sure if he's sweating from the steak of the situation, but I think somebody should take over.
Talk about surf and turf. All right.
Oh, that's spicy with just a hint of tangy. It's like a sweet and sour pork pie.
All right. The plate sat between them, filled with the tender slices of sirloin and a warm pool of juices glistening like temptation itself. But no one was eating. Well, not yet. Because at this moment, he was pinned emotionally, mentally, maybe even spiritually between a sultry, red-lipped dominatrix of meat and a glasses-wearing, literature-quoting goddess who apparently had no fear when it came to claiming what she wanted. And what she wanted was him. And maybe Justine. Well, maybe everything. You ought to be next, Shizzy.
I've never had a threesome.
Nick said softly, not really intended to say it aloud. Kate
That's
grinned.
not what this is.
Justine tilted her head.
It's not.
Kate stepped toward him, fingers gently undoing the knot in her apron, letting it fall to the ground like a silk flag of surrender.
No. It's a flavor explosion. An experience. A tasting menu.
Then she broke out into song. Nick swallowed.
With how many courses?
Let's find out.
Kate whispered, reaching up to unbutton his jeans and find out what that tube steak was like. Justine moved behind him again, sliding her greasy fingers slowly along his hips, like she was tracing the bone cuts.
Medium rare.
She murmured.
Just how I like my men. Warm in the middle, dripping on the outside.
Jeez.
Oh.
We are too close to Good Friday for this.
I feel good.
I'm starting to feel it. Yes.
That's okay. Jesus is about to die for my sins anyway.
Y'all about to get a reset because you're going to need it. Nick grasped Kate's hands. Nick gasped as Kate's hands slipped lower while Justine's mouth explored the nape of his neck. Every sensation was heightened, like someone had basted his nerve endings in rosemary butter and stuck them under the broiler.
Are you okay?
Kate asked.
I'm here to give you mouth to mouth.
Oh, I'm totally fine.
Nick
My legs
exhausted.
just metaphorically leaving my body.
Don't worry.
Justine purred.
We'll keep you grounded.
Kate gently
I'm a
pushed
whole
him
lot of
down
woman.
into the leather chair near the kitchen table, the one where he normally read cookbooks and argued with Yelp reviews. Now it had a new purpose. She straddled his lap, tugged her tank top over her head, tossing it to the side.
Is this me? Well, whatever.
Yeah.
You got sauce on your chin.
Oh, do I now? Oh my God, this looks nice. I thought it was something else. I used the stuff dripping off my chin.
Yeah.
Come
Is
on.
this me? Oh,
Yeah.
no.
She said, licking it anyway. Justine joined them, kneeling beside the chair like some seductive sous chef. She ran her hands up Kate's thighs and then across Nick's abdomen, tracing where the heat of the kitchen hadn't cooled.
You know,
She whispered.
the real tender cut isn't just the steak.
Oh.
Nick raised an eyebrow, breathless.
Oh, well, holy hell, what is the tender cut? No, because I want to taste it.
Kate leaned down, her forehead pressed to his, eyes dark with hunger.
It's vulnerability. It's trust. It's letting someone else cook you just right. And hoping you don't burn.
Or else you're going to the free clinic.
I feel more like a cannibal now.
Justine kissed his collarbone.
And baby, you're perfectly charred.
How can I be expected to work in these conditions? Clothing disappeared like it had offended someone. The table was cleared with reckless elegance. Condiments were repurposed.
Wow.
There was
Well, that
a
ain't no
moment,
chili dog.
Where you putting
Where you putting that relish?
That's the bottle's angular. Oh my goodness.
Oh, not the hot sauce, not the hot sauce. Oh no.
You wash your hands before you do that. There was a moment where Nick wasn't sure if the whipped butter was being applied for culinary reasons or carnal ones. Well, the answer was both. He guided his hands to her waist.
Well, that's a powerful burn. That's worse than when I had gonorrhea. You like control.
She whispered. He nodded. She smirked.
Too bad.
He pushed him back again, gripping his wrists and pinned them above his head. Her lips met his like a blowtorch to creme brulee, hot, fast, and cracking the surface. Justine kissed along his ribs, her tongue following the contours of muscle like she was mapping out her next cut of meat. Her hand joined Kate's, claiming, coaxing, commanding. Nick had lost all control, and for once, he was okay with that. Every sound, every moan, every gasp, every primal growl mingled with the lingering aroma of smoked meat and seared spice. The scent of sex and steak, of heat and hunger, filled the room until time didn't matter. Only taste, only touch, only the indulgent, unapologetic feast of bodies finding rhythm. Kate arched back, hair cascading, skin flushed.
God, you're like a perfectly aged porterhouse. What the fuck does that have to do with
Things I've never heard in the bedroom.
Oh, please don't objectify me. Gosh.
Justine's laugh echoed across his chest.
He says, while naked beneath two women covered in garlic.
And Texas Roadhouse ain't never gonna be the same again.
That belly button ain't just for Lent.
Oh,
Makes a perfect little dipping bowl.
Ooh, guacamole. Kate kissed his lips again, soft this time.
We're not objectifying you.
She whispered.
We're honoring you.
We're horn dogging you.
The crescendo came slow, like a roast pulled from the oven at just the right moment. No rush, no shortcuts. Just the long, satisfying build to something inevitable, tender, and utterly wrecking. When it was over, they collapsed into a tangle of limbs, laughter, and the smell of steak, now officially marked as foreplay, as I like to call it, surf and turf. The only sound for a while was the occasional contented sigh and the distant hum of the kitchen fan. Nick finally managed to speak.
So, hey girls, how about the same time next week?
Kate laughed into his shoulder.
Only if you bring the meat.
Oh, I'll be bringing that meat.
Justine reached for the last piece of sirloin, popped it into her mouth, and moaned.
God, I love leftovers.
Shit, there's an epilogue?
Who wants to do the epilogue?
Oh, I'll finish it up. I don't
Brunch
know.
champions.
All right. Epilogue. Brunch of champions. The sun peeked in through the kitchen window like it, too, was curious as to what type of carnage had taken place here the night before. The cutting board was still a smear of herb butter. The forgotten bra hung off the back of the dining chair like it had passed out from too much Chardonnay. And someone, probably Justine, had written 10 out of 10 would devour again in sriracha across a plate.
Just like a wine mom after UPS.
Just like a wine mom giving a 5-star review on Amazon. Kate
You sure get a lot of packages delivered here. Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
I like those shorts. What can I say?
Oh, good, it's summer. Kate patted in first, wrapped in nothing but one of Nick's old flannel shirts, in a smug sense of satisfaction. Her hair was a soft, chaotic mess, and she smelled faintly of smoke steak, and mischief. She found him at the stove flipping pancakes like a man trying to pretend he wasn't still sore in muscles he forgot existed.
I totally forgot about that muscle. Oh my gosh.
You're making brunch?
She asked, rubbing sleep from her own eyes, and then her eyes caught on fire because she forgot she had spice all over her fingers.
Oh, it's in my eyes. Oh, oh.
Nick glanced over his shoulder, grinning.
Well, after last night, I figured the least I could do was serve you something on an actual plate instead of my, 6-pack abs.
She walked up behind him, wrapped her arms around his waist, and pressed her cheek to his back.
You know, I've read a lot of books with a love scene, but never one where it ended with steak sauce in someone's hair.
Oh,
chuckled.
That steak sauce. You okay?
Because that's the least of your worries.
You can shave that off.
What? Oh, is this me?
Yeah.
Last I saw, she was snoring on the couch with her leg draped over a throw pillow like she was conquered in a battle. Conquered it in a battle. Whatever. We wrecked her. She's
Sounds
all
about
worn
right.
out.
Well,
Justine stumbled in right on cue, wearing nothing but a blanket toga and sunglasses she clearly didn't need but wore anyway.
Oh, I smell bacon and regret.
Oh my God, I'm using that line.
Yeah. That's a
It's
great
mine
one.
now. She said, then plopped onto a stool. Nick slid a plate in front of her with perfectly poached egg on sourdough toast and a side of bacon. She squinted.
If I marry you, do I get this every morning?
Kate raised an eyebrow.
You didn't even say thank you for last night's 3-person tenderloin tango, you wench.
Justine held up her fork like a peace offering.
Oh no, I'm deeply grateful. I just express affection through sarcasm and salt.
Nick placed a mug of coffee beside her plate.
Well, then, sweetheart, this here should feel like a love letter.
She took a sip.
Oh, that's filth. I love it.
Kate perched next to her, stealing a piece of pancake from Nick's plate.
So, about that recipe, you two ever gonna write it down?
Justine grinned.
What? The tender cut? Oh, that's not a recipe, sweetheart. That's a ritual. You don't write it down. You live it.
Kate laughed, her head tipping back.
God help whoever marries either of us.
Nick lit. Nick leaned against the counter, taking it all in. The warm kitchen, the smell of bacon and butter, the two wildest women he'd ever met eating his food like queens who had conquered the kingdom built from cast iron and lust.
Queens.
Well, actually,
He said thoughtfully.
well, maybe we should just write it down as a big old cookbook.
Justine arched an eyebrow.
With pictures?
Kate smirked.
Tasteful ones.
Nick looked between them.
Okay, but I get a final say on what photos go on the meat thermometer chapter because I've got lots of impressions of meat that I want to put on there.
They all laughed, easily, freely, like people who'd figured something important out the night before. Love didn't come from an app. Love did not come from an app or a cookbook or a forum post filled with snarky steak advice. But sometimes it comes medium rare, covered in garlic butter and wrapped in a flannel shirt the next morning. And lots of butter and gravy.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was fucking funny.
That was hilarious.
That was funny.
Oh, but the afterburn, because there is another episode.
The
There's another
afterburn.
episode. Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
That's right before the antibiotics take full effect. You still got that little tinge. Oh,
Is this
I'm
for
saying that out
crock-pot
loud again.
cooking?
For
Like,
crock-pot cooking.
Could be.
Right.
I can read and somebody
Yeah, go
else
for
can
it.
be
Go for it.
okay. Certified Tender, the Afterburn Edition. Chapter 1, Low and Slow. Nick was already awake when Kate padded barefoot into his kitchen, the morning sun spilling across the wood floors like warm syrup. She wore nothing but his flannel shirt. Again, his favorite look on her. Loose enough to hint at danger, but short enough to promise sin.
Yes.
You're making me laugh too much.
There's a lot of things going on here.
well, I'm a sexy beast leaning in that doorway.
Want meat? Let's go.
on the skin.
Want meat recipes. He could hear her pause at the doorway, leaning against the frame, arms crossed, watching him. He didn't have to look up from the cutting board to know that she was smirking.
You're not seriously making that for breakfast.
She said, her voice still raspy from sleep.
And all the truck stops.
And her throat was sore from having to chug it down all night.
And from the things he whispered against her throat last night.
Oh, that's what we're calling it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick glanced back at her with a lazy grin.
Brisket has slow smoked eggs on top with a little bit of my heat.
Kate raised an eyebrow.
Oh, you know what else is slow and hot?
Nick chuckled
There.
low in his chest.
Me, apparently. I'm so hot.
I'm gonna knock you out with my Adam's apple. You keep whispering into my throat.
Tickles when it goes all the way down.
You're definitely gonna need your helmet.
She sauntered forward, stealing a piece of crispy potato from the pan with her fingers, knowing full well how it drove him crazy when she snuck tastes like that. He let her, but caught her wrist before she could pull away. Slow, deliberate, her pulse jumped between his fingertips.
Oh, you woke up feeling really bold this morning, huh?
He asked. Kate leaned in, letting her lips graze his ear.
I woke up starving. You wanna lick my Adam's apple?
Oh, yeah. So much.
Nick tightened his grip just slightly, the way he knew she liked, his thumb brushing across the sensitive skin of her inner wrist.
You better be careful with words like that, Red.
he murmured.
I'm not responsible for what happens if you sit there looking edible while I'm holding a sharp knife.
Ooh. We are all getting all cannibal-y in here.
Mm-hmm.
Kate's breath caught, that sweet shiver of anticipation already stirring beneath her sarcasm. God, she loved this new phase where they weren't just flirting with each other anymore. They were playing with fire.
I trust you, Nick. Oh, wait a minute. I shouldn't have said that. I trust you.
She whispered. Nick's smile darkened just enough to make her thighs press together.
Oh.
Oh, sweetheart, I know you do. Freaking diva.
I can't go on. Yeah, I can. I can.
Yes, you can. But
He let her go for now and turned his attention back to the hash, working the spatula across that sizzling pan like he was conducting a symphony. Every movement slow, controlled, teasing her with nothing but patience.
I was thinking
He said after a moment.
that we never did finish talking about the tender cut.
Kate perched on the edge of the table, legs crossed, bare thighs exposed beneath his flannel, watching him like a cat watches prey.
You mean the technique?
No, sweetheart, I do. Oh my gosh. It's where I get on all fours.
Her pulse picked up again. He plated the hash, 2 dishes, but only 1 fork, and set them on the table with deliberate care.
Eat, woman.
She smirked.
Ooh, ordering me around now?
He stepped closer, hand ghosting along her jaw.
No, sweet chicks, I'm setting the mood.
Kate picked up the lone fork, twirling it between her fingers before taking a bite. Slow, letting the runny yolk drip down her lips.
Oh.
full. She's full.
Nick groaned because she knew what that did to him.
This hash is dangerous.
She teased. He leaned down, eyes locked on hers.
Oh, so are you.
They ate like that, slow, intimate, stealing bites from the same fork, their knees brushing beneath the table.
It's not all that was brushing.
Not my knee. It's
Every-
not mine either.
Every accidental touch turning intentional. By the time the plates were empty, the heat between them was unbearable.
I should have shaved. It's getting a little warm in here.
God.
I'm just like a little bear rug.
I like a woolly.
It's starting to growl down there.
Nick pushed his chair back, the scrape of wood against the floor loud in the silence,
That's right. My wood was scraping.
and stood.
Full attention.
Kate raised an eyebrow.
I did? Oh. Where do you think you're doing? Wait, where are you going? I don't know. It's hot in here.
He stepped behind her, wrapped the flannel shirt she wore tight in his fists, and pulled her to her feet, right against him. His voice was dark honey in her ear.
Oh, sweetheart, you're coming with me.
She let him lead her past the table, past the stove, to the butcher block counter where he'd spent the morning prepping food like a good, civilized man. Now there was nothing civilized about him.
I want your hands flat.
He instructed, nudging her forward until she braced against the counter.
Spread it. Spread it.
The cool wood bit into her palms, the warmth of his body pressed against her back.
That's not my body.
She shivered. Not from fear, from need, from trust, from want.
You remember what I told you about this tender cut?
He asked, sliding his hands up her bare thighs beneath the
That's
shirt.
not about the meat.
Why the fuck do you keep stealing my lines?
Kate's breath hitched.
You know, we just can't have a show unless Shizzy steals.
God damn it. I just don't get paid enough for this. Fucking stealing my damn lines.
Wait,
And
you get
whatever.
paid?
I'm fucking done. No.
What the hell is this shit?
Oh, God.
There goes my Oscar.
It's a Tony. You like the Tonys much better. Tony's much larger.
His lips brushed the back of her neck.
That is you, Yamaha.
Oh, is it? Oh. It's about the patience.
A sharp intake of breath.
It's about the build.
His hands squeezed the flesh of her hips.
Damn, girl, you gotta lose some weight.
I like to be fluffy, thank you.
I'm a big girl. But it's about worshiping every inch before you take the first bite.
There's lots of inches.
The bigger the cushion, the deeper the pushing.
Oh, Kate moaned. Nick smiled like a man about to ruin her in the best possible way.
Afterburn edition.
He whispered, trailing kisses lower.
Low and slow. Ooh.
Okay, I can't read
Shit,
anymore.
there's a chapter
I
two.
can't read. Oh my god.
Get my chalupa!
Oh God. You're gonna have to pass on your voice, Yama.
Yeah.
Oh. Very well. Kate's breath was shallow. Ugh. The cool butcher block counter pressed firmly beneath her palms, grounding her while Everything else inside her threatened to melt. No. Nick stood behind her, close enough to feel, far enough to ache. For the first time since meeting him, she wasn't reading his words on a screen. Oh, they went off script all right. She was living them.
This isn't
Sweetheart,
about.
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You do, Nick. I'll take over.
This isn't about
Justin.
rushing.
Nick said, his voice low, deep like aged bourbon. His hands trailed up her arms, slowly, like he was tasting her through touch alone.
It's not about taking what you want without learning every angle, every soft spot, every hidden place.
Kate's pulse stuttered, because the way she said it wasn't casual, or the way he said it wasn't casual. It was teasing. It was a promise. He slid the flannel shirt further up her hips, not rough, not hurried, but reverent. Kate bit her lower lip, her eyes fluttering closed as his palms slid down her sides, strong hands with a butcher's precision, a chef's patience.
I told you, the tender cut is about worship. Yes!
Make me pray to Jesus. Nick whispered against the shell of her Adam's apple.
But it's also about control.
His hands left her then, gone, and the sudden absence of heat sent a shiver crawling down her spine. She heard him behind her, the soft clink of metal, the slide of something from the drawer, the insertion of batteries, and the slight
And a pair of tongs.
When he returned, his fingertips brushed her waist. He held a length of butcher's twine. Oh, now we're getting into some choking here.
You trust me, baby?
Kate's breath caught.
Hey, Kate.
Oh, am I Kate?
Yes.
I'll be
Oh,
Kate.
yeah. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, we doing this.
Oh, yes.
All right. Oh, my God. I'm almost there already.
Exactly what I wanted.
She whispered, raw, unfiltered. The twine looped around her wrists. Nothing harsh, nothing binding. Just a promise to stay still, to surrender, to let him lead. His breath ghosted along her shoulder, lips barely grazing her skin as he tied the loose knot. The rough texture of a perfect contrast against the warmth of his hands.
This isn't restraint.
He said, his voice like velvet-draped steel.
This is focus.
His hands splayed along her waist again, whatever. Steady, guiding, claiming.
Now, I need you to keep your
Almost said
hands
clamming.
right here. Yes.
He murmured, anchoring them against the counter.
Now, let me show you how I taste what is mine.
Damn. Oh, my God.
Oh, get some.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, Jesus!
Oh.
Kate shivered. The sound that escaped her wasn't a moan. It
Oh,
was
dear
a
God.
plea.
Yeah. Oh, my.
Nick's lips trailed down the curve of her neck, the tip of his tongue teasing the pulse beneath her Adam's apple. Following. Following.
Okay.
Following the same lines, he would trace on a perfect cut of meat. Every touch deliberate, every pause calculated. His teeth grazed just enough pressure, a warning. Her knees threatened to give. He pressed closer, one hand sliding up her inner thigh. Slow, torturous. When he reached her hip, he squeezed hard enough to anchor her in plate. What? Wow. We're already throwing her on a
Oh,
plate.
he's using a plate. Cool.
Wow. Yeah, you getting ready to do some eating. Hard enough to...
Eating ain't cheating.
Hard enough to let her feel the strength in his hands.
Now you need to be patient.
He set against her throat.
Adam's apple. Every second I wait just makes it that much better. Yes, it
That
does.
was, yeah, I
That's
don't know. That was me.
Her line. Yeah.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Oh, every second I wait makes it better.
Oh, where are my nipple clamps? I need my Santa hats. I'm getting nippity in here. My turn. Kate whimpered, twisting in the twine just enough to feel the pull, to remind herself she had given him the reins.
you know what I love about cooking?
Nick whispered, his mouth moving lower and lower, leaving a trail of heat along her spine.
It's the waiting, the slow build, the exact moment the heat gets just right, and the whole thing just falls apart in your hands.
Kate let out a broken sound, somewhere between a gasp and a plea.
Oh, Mary
Nick.
and Joseph.
Well, he curdled my cheese.
And that's where you get cheese curds.
Oh, I love that voice. Nick chuckled. Dark. And wicked.
And you
He whispered.
are almost ready.
His hands framed her thighs, warm, steady. The last warning before he claimed her fully. Claimed her fully.
No, I like that better. Having seafood tonight.
Well, my corn shucker ain't working. Let's shuck some clams.
Done had the turf. Now here comes the surf.
Oh. And when he did, when his mouth met her, like he was starving, like she was the first thing he'd tasted in days, Kate arched off the counter, every nerve ending burning to life. Every nerve ending burning to life. Slow, deep, unforgiving. Oh, he didn't rush. He devoured. And above it all, above the pulse-racing heat, the slick side of his tongue, the groan vibrating against her skin, he heard his voice again, low, commanding.
I said, hands stay right where I put them.
Oh, and God help her. She obeyed.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Wow. I'm feeling a little dizzy over here. Mhm.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. You want me to keep reading this? And you guys do.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. Chapter 3. The reverse cowgirl. The reverse sear. Sorry, I got a little confused there. Kate's world had narrowed to heat. The rough edge of butcher's twine against her wrists, the slick drag of Nick's mouth, marking every inch of her that he could. The brutal, perfect patience of a man who knew restraint wasn't about holding back. It was about making you beg for release. And God, she was close. No, so close, it was unbearable. The twitching, the clamping, so close that her body was shaking from the effort of obeying him. But just when she thought he'd tip her over the edge and take her upside down, I think that's called a pile driver, just when her knees went weak and her breath broke on a plea she couldn't swallow. Just relax your throat and just let it. Nick stopped, vanished, gone, silence. Kate's eyes flew open, chest heaving.
Oh, Nick?
She whispered. Nothing. Then, clack. The sound of something metallic setting down on the butcher block, slow footsteps behind her, and his voice, that low, gravel-dragged tone that sent lightning straight through her spine.
Oh, you know what happens to a steak that's cooked too long?
Kate's lips parted.
It gets tough. It loses its tenderness, loses its flavor.
She gasped as something cold and smooth slid along the back of her thigh. She dared a glance over her shoulder. A metal bowl. And in it, eyes. Nick's grin was wolfish.
The perfect cut
He whispered.
needs contrast.
He slid a single ice cube along the path of his mouth had just blazed, whatever. The sudden shock ripping a sound from her throat so raw, so needy, she barely recognized it as her own.
Oh,
He
dear
chased
God.
the... I know. He chased the ice with his mouth, hot breath against frozen nerves, sending her body into absolute chaos. Her knees buckled. His arms caught her waist.
You thought I was just gonna devour you like a starving man?
He growled. Kate could barely think.
But I'm gonna savor you like this is the best meal of my life!
The ice teased a path along the arch of her hip. The curve of her backside melting instantly against the overheated skin, leaving a slice or a slick, shocking snail trail for his hands to follow. and just when she thought she'd unravel from the intensity, Nick's hands were on the twine, pulling, undoing, freeing her wrists. But the moment they were loose, his hands gripped them, spinning her around, pinning her back against the counter now. Face to face, his pupils blown wide with heat.
You've been patient.
He said.
You've obeyed.
His thumb traced the pulse of her Adam's apple.
But now
His voice dipped even lower.
I'm gonna take everything.
Good Lord.
And then his mouth was on hers, not soft, not teasing, but clamming.
Claiming. Scissors.
Yes, cat watcher, it's 50 Shades of Steak. Get in, we're not done with this menu yet.
Yes.
I just happened to see that one. Oh, His hands were everywhere, mapping her body with the sure, confident touch of a man who knew exactly where to press, where to hold, where to make her fall apart. Kate moaned against his lips, lost, undone, hers and his all at once.
Oh, Barley.
Because this was beyond control. This was beyond dominance. This was Nick flipping the entire script. This was him taking every ounce of patience he demanded from her and unleashing it. Hard, deep, absolute. The reverse cowgirl. Cold to the sear. The reverse sear. Cold to shock the senses. Heat to finish the job. A master class in, well, treating her like a wrecking yard and wrecking her completely. This girl won't shit right for a month. And her body arched into his as the ice melted into nothing on the floor. Kate realized one final thing. This man didn't just know how to cook. He knew how to ruin a woman. Perfectly.
Oh, drop biscuit.
Irrevocably. And tender.
Stick that in your tater tot casserole.
Chapter 4, Rest and Recovery. Kate didn't know how long she floated there, boneless like a chicken, breath held up like by Nick's arms alone. Every inch of her was flushed, trembling, soaked in sensation. Ice, the heat, the way he had moved her, still echoing through her limbs, aftershocks of something primal. But what wrecked her the most was what came next. His touch. So devastating minutes ago, gentiled immediately.
He's Gentile now. What?
He done changed religions.
His hands.
What all that extra skin? What? What you doing?
What the hell is
Where
that?
did that come from? What are you wrapping up in there? What are you?
Like he was afraid to bruise, but he just worshipped.
What's the yarmulke for?
What do you think I was doing with the butcher knife? Come on. Sorry. It's so bad. Oh. And needed a trim.
Stay with me.
He whispered, kissing the corner of her mouth. Not a demand this time. A request. A tether. Kate's throat was too raw for words.
Oh, yeah.
Nodded.
Mm.
He scooped her into his arms like she weighed absolutely nothing. One arm under her knee, the other bracing her back, one holding her Adam's apple in place and carried her to his bedroom.
He's got 3 hands.
Into his bed. The sheets smelled like him, cedar and spice, and everything nice, clean soap, wood smoke, all from it. Comforting. He sat her down carefully, pulling the blanket up over her, pressing a kiss to her forehead. A different kind of brand than anything else he'd done tonight because, you know, the hot molten metal against her soft, supple skin did not feel good.
Baby, you okay?
His voice rumbled low against her temple. Kate let out a shaky breath.
Oh, better than okay. Oh,
Nick chuckled, soft.
Good. You scared me for a second there.
She stopped. She smirked, eyelids heavy.
oh, that's rich. Coming from the man who iced my thighs like a damn cocktail.
Yeah, you look like a shrimp. So
It's her skin.
contrast builds character.
Kate huffed a laugh, letting her body sink deeper into bed, but she wasn't ready to let go of him. Her hand reached out clumsily, instinctually, tugged weakly at the hem of his shirt,
Steve,
murmured,
Always.
He stripped off the last of his clothes, not with the same heat as before, but with quiet intention, with care. And when he climbed into bed beside her, it wasn't to claim, it was to wrap her up like a pretzel and pound her like dog meat, to hold, anchor. Kate curled into him instinctively, her flexible cheek resting against his chest, listening to the slow, steady beat of his.
Why you got your ass in my face?
Oh, sweetheart, that's not my ass, it's yours. Fingers threaded into her hair, massaging circles into her scalp. The other hand traced idle shapes down her arm, over the small red marks where the breast.
Now I didn't hurt you, did I?
Yes, voice rough with concern. Kate shook her head.
Oh, you ruined me in the best way.
Nick's laugh was quiet, puff of warm air against her hair.
Good. That was the whole damn point.
Stayed like that for a while, tangled up at each other, no rush, no walls left, because they broke them all. Just two people strip search each other down to the most vulnerable, most intimate versions of themselves. And when Nick finally spoke again, his voice was soft like butter.
Kate,
Yeah.
I wasn't kidding about the tender cut cookbook.
She smiled against his skin.
Oh, you're serious.
Dead serious. Recipes, rituals, techniques, and maybe
His voice dropped, playful again.
a very exclusive dessert chapter.
Snorted like a little biggie.
Oh, that better include whipped cream and zero clothing.
Nick grinned wickedly.
Oh, sweetheart, that's the afterburn edition.
Kate's awesome laugh echoed in the quiet room, bright, real, and completely. And in that moment, tangled in strong arms, skin still heart wide open, she realized this wasn't just a fling. This wasn't heat. This was home. This was his bone, not home, man.
Right?
Eva, your turn.
All right. All right. Chapter 5. Smoke gets in your eyes. Morning
yes, it
came.
does.
Don't make me laugh.
Friction was so hard, there was smoke everywhere.
Morning came slow, the kind of golden syrup thick light that dripped lazily through the blinds and painted soft lines across the tangle of sheets and bare limbs. Kate woke first, or maybe she had never fully fallen asleep, cradled against Nick's chest like she'd been placed there for safekeeping. His body was all heat and weight, the solid frame of a man who didn't just take care of his space, but of the people he invited into it.
He kept it manicured.
Oh, it's special. What can I say?
She let herself stay there a while, rest against the thrum of his steady heartbeat, savoring the faint scent of wood smoke and coffee that lingered on his skin. It was the smell of him, of late nights by the smoker, of early mornings with greasy breakfasts, of a life that was hard-earned, crafted with patience, and now impossibly tangled with hers.
I never wanted breakfast to get here so fast in my life.
All greasy and shit.
Greasy breakfast.
Morning come, morning come.
Let's go. Get your ass up.
Breakfast.
It's breakfast time.
You know, Pop-Tarts this morning. I want some bacon.
Oh, okay.
Bitches ain't the Holiday Inn. I ain't waiting on no continental breakfast.
She smiled into his chest, her bare legs sliding slowly against his under the sheets. She felt him stir.
Yeah, I bet you did.
The low rumble.
These
of
people
a
are all jacked up. He's talking into her Adam's apple. She's smiling into his chest, whispering into somebody's asshole. I don't know, whatever.
Where do you think the ice went?
Really warm in there. Not anymore.
Let's cool you off.
She felt him stir. The low rumble of a waking groan vibrated beneath her cheek.
Wake it back.
I felt better.
Oh, you dangerous this morning.
Damn, you done turned into a Dutch oven.
Oh, you got powerful smell.
That greasy food, it wouldn't smell so bad.
The smell of wood and coffee. Oh my God.
Oh God. Oh, yeah, Nick mumbled, his voice rough with sleep.
Wait, it was her. It wasn't him. It was
Oh, you make it all funky up in here.
Sorry, I'm a little gassy in the morning.
I'm so sorry.
So
I can't-
sorry.
It must be all this red meat I'm eating. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know what's happening.
Honey, could you get my Pall Malls off the counter?
It's all that protein.
Oh, hands already moving over her body with a possessiveness that sent shivers rolling down her spine.
Who's next?
You are.
You're warm, soft, making me think I never want to leave this bed, except maybe to air it out.
And Kate grinned, kissing a lazy line up his neck, lingering just against his jaw.
I think you're mistaking me for breakfast.
Stop poking me with that Adam's apple.
Told you to wear your helmet.
Nick chuckled, low and sinful, his lips finding hers without hesitation. Slow at first, then hungrier.
Sweetheart, you're better than breakfast, but I still intend to feed you the meat.
He rolled them effortlessly, settling above her, forearms braced on either side of her head. That signature grin pulling at the corner of his mouth, that one that promised ruin and worship in equal measure.
Do you want sweet or savory?
Kate pretended to think, running a finger down his chest.
I like Chinese food. Surprise me.
Then bend over, bitch.
Oh, God. The surprise came in the form of his mouth claiming hers again, but only for a moment. before he pulled back with a playful slap to her thigh and muttered,
Stay right here. I'm about to wreck you with pancakes.
She laughed, rolling to her side and watching him throw on a pair of loose sweats and stalk towards the kitchen. Still bare-chested, muscles shifting under sun-kissed skin, the man was obscenely good at domestic seduction. She stretched out like a cat in his bed, pulling his pillow to her face.
Oh, that's what she likes. Okay.
I mean, bite it if you want to. Breathing him in like it was the first real comfort she'd known in years. And then the knock came. Sharp, loud, urgent. It didn't belong here. Not in the world they'd built between hash browns and heartbreak. Not in this tiny apartment that had become their sanctuary. Kate sat up slowly, her pulse immediately skittering in her throat. Nick turned towards the door, his easy smile fading into something harder, sharper, a butcher's instinct to protect what was his. The knock came again, harder this time. Nick threw a glance her way, something unspoken passing between them. Stay there. But Kate was already pulling on his flannel, her feet hitting the floor quietly as Nick approached the door with cautious steps. He didn't ask who it was. That was the first sign. His instincts were already talking to him louder than any words could. He opened the door just a crack, just enough to see, before the world shifted beneath them both. It was Justine. But it wasn't the sultry, cocky woman from their playful, dangerous night of indulgence. This Justine looked wrecked. Her wild...
I can't shit right. This is all your fault.
How do you get paprika out
All
of there?
that tube steak and everything. Take a deep breath. It's only going to pinch a little my ass.
The clinic couldn't even wash this shit out.
Hair wild, mascara streaked, blood on her temple, barefoot, breathless.
Nick,
She gasped.
Todd,
Nick's heart stopped. Kate froze behind him, already reading the truth in Justine's wide, panic-glazed eyes. Todd.
Get the holy water. Good Lord.
Oh, my Lord.
We done fucked the demon right out of her.
Or let it back in.
Nick's uncle? The man who raised him? The man who taught him everything about food, about family, about loyalty.
he's gone with me.
Justine whispered, her voice cracking.
Nick, the shop. There was a fire.
Nick's breath left him like a punch to the ribs.
The smoker caught.
She rushed on.
I tried to get him out, but he wouldn't leave. The place is gone. It's gone, Nick.
Gone. Kate's hand clutched the back of his shirt, grounding him, because she felt the moment Nick broke. He didn't fall. He didn't yell. But every muscle in his body locked. The shop, his home, his family.
I want to stay behind. It's going to be the greatest barbecue ever.
leaving.
Everything built in blood, sweat, and smoke reduced to ash. Kate stepped forward, slipping her hand into his, knotting their fingers tight.
I know. After the place is built. What kind of ash did you use in this? Oh, this stuff's so good. Oh, my uncle had a hand.
Oh. Oh, God.
What do you need?
She whispered. Nick turned to her, and in his eyes was the storm she feared, but also the strength she knew.
I need to go.
He said.
To the shop.
Nope.
He said, voice iron.
I need to go to the lake house. Yeah, that's why I need to go. Mhm.
Kate blinked.
That's weird.
See, I ain't got nothing here no more. Well,
whispered.
except you, but, sweet cheeks, but you know.
The world outside might be burned down, but whatever survived inside this man, inside this bond between them, was already steel. Kate squeezed his hand tighter.
Let's go.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Chapter 6, Ashes and Embers. The highway stretched out in front of them like a scar, long, empty, winding through the early morning mist that clung to the trees like forgotten ghosts. Nick hadn't said much since they left. Kate didn't push him. Some things couldn't be rushed. He gripped the wheel with the same hands he had touched her so reverently last night because he forgot to wash. The same hands that had teased her, restrained her, worshipped her, and covered her with his baby batter. Now they were tense, hard, knuckles wide against the worn leather steering wheel of his old truck. Don't get excited, Yamaha. The world outside blurred past them, pine forests giving way to long stretches of nothing, fields broken by rusted mailboxes and weathered barns. Nick's jaw clenched tight. The muscle... Damn you in the Adam's apple. The muscle ticking just beneath his ear. Kate watched him from the passenger seat, her heart tight. This was not the man who whispered sinful things against her skin hours ago.
He's just talking into all the wrong parts.
This was a man stripped down to grief. And yet, even here, even in the quiet hollow left behind after loss, Nick reached for her. His hand slid across the seat, rough, calloused, finding hers, not looking, not speaking, just anchoring. Kate laced their fingers together, holding on like it was the only thing keeping him tethered to me. I can't wait for y'all to say something.
I know you're driving, but let's tie things up a little bit. Make it a little more exciting.
Holding on like it was the only thing keeping him tethered to the earth.
Be the best roadhead you ever had.
No, that's not the one.
Oh, you grew up at the lake house?
She oh, my voice is cracked. She asked softly.
That voice, it does it every time. I know. I know it does. It's your favorite.
Y'all just don't know what it does to me. She asked softly, a lifeline thrown into a storm of his silence. Nick nodded.
Every summer,
He rasped.
me and Todd, we're fishing, we're cooking, but we built that dick out back with the boards that never set straight.
His voice cracked on that last word. Kate squeezed his hand tighter.
I hated it when I was a teenager.
He admitted.
Thought it was boring. Thought I wanted the city. Thought I needed something bigger. Oh,
A hollow laugh escaped him.
Nothing's bigger than what burns on that Adam's apple down around you.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Kate let him have the silence after that, not because she didn't have words, but because Nick didn't need words. He needed presence. He needed her. He needed that big old Adam's apple. The gravel road to the lake house crunched beneath the tires like bones, familiar, private, like a serial killer, leading
What
him
kind of
deeper
road are
into
they driving
solitude.
on?
Right. When they pulled up to the small cabin perched by the water, Kate felt the shift in him. Less anger, more ache.
It's so painful down below.
So painful down there, it's blue. The house itself was humble. A dark wood, a wraparound porch sagging a little on the side.
Yes.
Sound like my ex-wife.
Like some old woman's boobs.
See, I told you my wood's all warped and cockeyed.
Gravity happens.
It smelled like pine needles, old smoke, memories, and
Regret.
simply bad ideas. Nick killed the engine and sat there for a long beat. Then he turned to her.
I need to go back, but not before I sharpen my steak knives.
He said quietly.
To the shop, just to see it.
You just got there.
I know, right?
You
a
Damn
waste
it, your
of
dumb
gas.
ass drove me
there.
all the way the fuck out here, and now you want to turn around and go back. You a
Bitch,
dumb
it's like an hour and a half back the other direction.
You are not a smart boy.
Kate's heart clenched. She nodded. Kate.
Is that Kate?
You want me to do Kate, or
She
no? You're
nodded.
doing, you were doing Kate.
Oh,
that is good. But not alone.
He added.
There are things with the fire marshal, insurance. Yeah, I'll figure out. Maybe bring few garbage bags and
Vacuum cleaner.
Bleach.
Bleach.
there's bleach.
He looked at her, then
Yeah.
really looked. And for the first time since the knock on their door, his eyes softened.
I need you here
He
forever
whispered.
and ever and ever.
Kate nodded again. No hesitation.
But not because I don't trust you to handle it.
He added, his thumb brushing her cheek.
Because this place, this is where we start all over. Nobody can touch you but me.
And then, as if summoned by fate itself, the crunch of tires against gravel pulled their attention toward the drive. A car door slammed. Justine, the little whore in their threesome. She stood there.
Stalker.
Rumpled, exhausted, her wild hair tamed into a loose braid, wearing an old hoodie that probably belonged to Nick at some point.
Jesus.
Dang, girl.
What a hoe. So who's
Oh,
Justine?
you want me to be? Oh, you want me to Justine? I'm not letting you face that wreck alone, you bastard butcher boy.
She said, folding her arms across her chest. Nick exhaled, a sound somewhere between annoyance and gratitude. Kate stepped forward.
Oh, you go.
She told him.
Let us handle the things here.
Nick raised an eyebrow.
Handle what?
Justine smirked. Kate met her grin.
Nick Simon.
Kate said, standing on the worn front porch of his childhood, wind stirring her hair like the start of a new story.
We're going to turn this kitchen into something unforgettable.
I bet you are.
And when you come back,
Her voice dropped.
we'll be waiting.
Of course, they'll have already gone through the appetizer at that point.
Oh, gosh. I've got time for one more chapter.
All right. Chapter 7. Women who feed themselves.
It should be Omaha's chapter.
Yeah. All right. Go for it.
Yeah.
Chapter 7. Women who feed wolves.
Oh my, now it's getting really heated. My goodness.
The lake house kitchen smelled like old wood, cedar shavings, regret, shame, and history. It was a place where knives were sharpened by hand.
How else do you sharpen knives?
Cabin in the woods. Where cast iron wasn't trendy, it was inherited. Where every scratch on the butcher's block told a story about a meal, a mistake, or a memory.
It's just an accident. I didn't mean to cut out.
Yeah.
Wasn't supposed to do that.
He kept staring at me. Kate.
What'd you kill Jesse for?
Kate stood barefoot at the edge of the world, sleeves rolled up, heart steadying itself in the quiet that followed Nick's truck rumbling down the long gravel drive. Across from her, Justine had her arms crossed, hips cocked, hip-cocked. She was cocked. One eyebrow arched in the kind of unspoken challenge that women issued to other women they hadn't decided on how to categorize yet. Friend, rival, hoe, confidant, bottom bitch. Kate broke the standoff first. She moved to the pantry, pulled out a shotgun. Oh, no, pulling the old latch with a soft click, and let out a low whistle.
Oh, damn.
She muttered, surveying the rows of jars, the neatly stacked sacks of flour and sugar, the bottles of bourbon-aged maple syrup, and locally harvested honey.
Nick's idea of roughing it is better stocked than my apartment.
Wait till you see the dungeon.
Wait till you see where he keeps the tater tots.
Oh, I need to see that deep freezer. I sure do.
Justine smirked, something loosening in her posture.
Todd didn't believe in weak breakfasts or empty shells. Man made enough bacon to kill a cardiologist. And me.
Kate grinned over her shoulder.
Oh, sounds like my kind of religion right there. Oh, yum.
Justine laughed. The real kind, raw and sharp around the edges.
Well, God is everybody's kind of religion.
The silence after that wasn't awkward. It was reverent.
It would be after that point.
It would be after that, yeah. Kate grabbed a jar of smoked sea salt and set it down on the counter with purpose.
So,
She said, turning to face Justine fully.
if we are going to feed Nick, not just food, but feed him, well, what's your play?
Justine's grin curled slowly, that wilderness returning to her dark eyes. She moved across the kitchen, her steps fluid like a predator in familiar territory.
Oh, we're going for blood. We're going for sugar. We're going for the heartstrings. Comfort food with a twist. Something filthy. Something decadent. Something that tells him he's safe enough to fall apart in my meaty maws.
Ooh, like an overdone roast. Kate felt her heart catch in her chest. Safe enough to fall apart. God, wasn't that the dream? Justine rifled through a drawer, pulling out a battered old notebook, grease-stained and covered in loopy scrawl. She set it on the counter between them. Todd's recipes. Kate stared. Justine's expression softened.
We kept everything.
Wow.
Even stuff he never told Nick about. His secret arsenal, as he called it. Yes, he
I knew it. She was possessed.
Nick
Told you she's an evil
Duferato.
devil woman.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Kate's fingers traced the edge of the notebook like it was holy. And maybe it was.
You sure he'd want us messing around in here?
Kate asked, not with doubt, but with awe. Justine snorted.
Kate, Todd was a lot of things, but stingy wasn't one of them. Food is supposed to be passed down, like stories, like scars, all over my back.
Like STDs.
God.
Kate exhaled a long, slow breath and flipped the notebook open. The pages were alive with history. Chicken fried steak so sinful it probably required confession. Sweet potato biscuits described as trouble in butter form. And scrawled in the bold black ink on a page of its own. For broken men who won't admit they're breaking. Maple bourbon bread pudding. Kate's mouth parted. Justine was already moving, grabbing the bourbon from the top shelf like it was medicine.
Getting drunk tonight.
Looks like we've got our mission.
Kate whispered. Justine raised an eyebrow.
Oh, the maple, the bourbon, carbs, warmth, sex. What word things can I come up with? Apple pie, cheese muffins.
Her grin returned, sharp and knowing.
That doesn't pull him back from the edge, because edginess where I like to be.
She paused, pulled a skillet from the rack, slapped it onto the stove with authority.
Oh, we're going to feed him naked.
Kate barked out loud, tension cracking like thunder.
Oh, you're out of your damn mind.
Justine winked.
Oh, honey, we're women. Men never see us coming until they're already on their knees.
Well, unless they lie to you. Fake it.
Sinful women.
I just lied to you every time. I never orgasmed.
Kate shook her head, smiling for real now. And just like that, standing there, barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen like a woman should, next to a woman she barely knew.
Oh, I'm going to get in trouble for that one.
Surrounded by the ghosts of a man who had built an empire of smoke and love, Kate realized something deep in her bones. This wasn't about food. It wasn't about seduction. This was about rebuilding a man who had given everything. This was about feeding a soul. Kate rolled her shoulders, tied the old butcher's apron around her waist, and met Justine's fire with her own.
Oh,
Let's cook, bitch.
Let's cook, bitch.
bitch. Gosh, you guys. Oh my god.
Oh, that was a good one.
That was
good.
so
That
good.
was awesome. That was so awesome.
That was funny.
Oh my gosh.
I
Oh, I
almost
certainly hope
died
you
at
all
least 3
enjoyed that.
times.
That was funny. Oh,
Yes.
yeah, I lost it a couple of times.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Oh my goodness. That was just something. I don't know if I can sleep tonight now. That
Well, I can help you
You
with
just see this hulking Kate. Come here, Nate. Let me massage you with my Adam's apple.
Come here. Just touch my Adam's Adam's apple. It makes me go nuts.
Oh, that feels so good up and down my spine.
Oh, it's
not my
harder than
spine.
last time. I like it.
It's like them little seat rolly ball things.
I've got Adam's apple and scoliosis.
It's in my car for hours. Just rolling around.
Chat came in with a nice little membership. They'd been here for 9 months.
Nice.
9 months of crazy.
That's about
Yes.
right.
Hey.
Mhm, mhm.
Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And Phoenix has you beat out.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Wow.
I appreciate you. Everybody, it's been wonderful having every single one of you here tonight. It's
Yeah, as always.
I'll see everybody in the morning.
Yeah.
We're gonna end
Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
Thank y'all.
It was fun.
So fun.
But because you know,
I'll have to rewatch this replay on this one for sure.
yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Hi, chat. Have a good one.
Oh, I know what you want. Come feel this sensation. Sliding smooth and low like a secret invitation. So smooth. Every tone whispers soft. Can you feel it? The undertow. Pull me closer, baby. You know where I wanna go. Ooh, feel it, baby, nice and slow. Yeah, I let your rhythm consume my soul. Yeah. Yeah, listen to my sweet surrender. Now that feels so soft, I know, so tender. Let your body sway, baby, my voice has you gliding. Feel it, whispers in your ear, feel the thrill as they're colliding. Steamy tone, sultry breeze, oh, it's got you mesmerized. Follow the sound, darling, I'll touch you where it tantalizes. Ooh, feel it, baby, nice and slow. Yeah.
Throw some bacon.